Welcome back, everybody. Today's video is meant to be an answer to some questions I received from you, my viewers. Some of my most popular videos have been the ones I've done about the JessEm doweling jigs. I have videos on how to set these up, how to adjust them so they're super accurate, and how to do different joints with them so you get perfect results every time. But most of those videos are really focused on the jig and not the joinery. If you're new to using one of the JessEm jigs or you're thinking about getting one of them, I really suggest you watch those videos. They're really going to show you the proper way to use these jigs so you get fast, easy, and accurate results. But in the comment section, I have received many requests for video tutorials on how to do specific joints. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've picked a few of the most requested joints, and I'm going to demo how to do those using the stainless steel JessEm jig, the old style aluminum one, and the JessEm Workstation. This video is going to answer a lot of your questions about how to use these jigs, but if there's something specific that you want to see that's not in this video, put it in the comments down below and I can cover it in a future video. Alright, so let's get started. And the first joint I'm going to do is by far the most requested one because it seemingly exposes a design flaw in the new stainless steel version of the JessEm jig. It's not really a design flaw, it's just a consequence of the materials they chose to make this new jig out of, but I think I've come up with a very simple way to overcome it, so come on in closer and check this out. Alright guys, here's our first joint, and this is the one that seemed to me people asked about the most. Alright, so imagine you're building a cabinet, and this piece of plywood here is the side of your cabinet, and you want to put a shelf in here, and this is your shelf. Now imagine these are solid woods, and you want your side piece here, you want your shelf here, and you want your shelf to go onto your side like that, and you don't want to cut a dado. You want just a nice tight butt joint. Now obviously you can't just glue this shelf piece onto your side piece. It's not going to be strong enough. You need some kind of mechanical support there. You don't want to do screws or nails from over here because they look ugly. So the perfect solution here are some dowels. So the first thing to do is to drill our dowel holes in the edge of our shelf. So you just adjust your jig so your dowels are centered on your piece or as close as you can get it. Then you adjust the stop collar on your bit so it protrudes through the drill guide about a little over half of the length of whatever dowel you're using. In my other videos, I go more in depth on the basic setup and use of these jigs. So if you're brand new to these and you're watching this video for the first time, I really suggest go back, watch some of those previous videos, and it's going to give you a really good primer on how to use these jigs properly. So the dowel holes in your shelf can really be drilled anywhere. It doesn't really matter. You just want a proper number of them in there to give you the support that you need. So for this shelf, I'm going to do 3 dowel holes. Now drilling these holes with either of these jigs is the same procedure. The only thing you would have to change is where your depth stop collar is set, because as you can see, this stainless steel jig is a lot thinner than the aluminum one. So for either one of these jigs, you would just put the jig on the piece, you could clamp it on there, and then you drill it. But I have the Workstation, so I would prefer to do this with the Workstation, so let me show you how I do that. So to go from the jig with the fence on it to the Workstation is very simple. You just remove the thumb screw, set aside the fence, and put the drill guide onto the Workstation. As you can see, the Workstation has these dovetail slots milled into it, and that's for using clamps such as this. You can slide one in each side, and then if you want to hold a piece of wood like our shelf, it just goes in there. Position it where you want it, tighten the clamps down, and you can drill away. But someone asked, what do you do if your wood is too wide, if it's wider than the Workstation itself? How do you clamp it? Well, JessEm thought of that, and if you look at the top of the Workstation, right here and right here, there's 2 holes that these clamps slide into. So you can put one in each hole, and then if you have a piece of wood that's wider than your whole Workstation, you just slide it up like that, hold it in place, tighten your clamps, and that holds your piece in place and allows you to drill. The most important thing is to make sure your piece of wood is fully seated against your jig and fully seated against the stops on either side. Now you just need to adjust this so I'm in the center. Alright, that looks good, so I'll drill my first hole. I'll move this over about to the center of my shelf, clamp it down, drill my next hole. And drill the last one. So now that we have the holes drilled in our shelf, we need to transfer these hole locations to our side piece. And if you do a joint like this, it'll be one of the few times using this jig where you actually have to measure and mark things. So to do this with either of these jigs, you have to remove the drill guides from the fence or the workstation, whatever it's mounted to, so you just have the flat pieces with the drill guides installed. Now let's say I wanted my shelf at 8 inches from the top, the center of my shelf, 8 inches from the top. I go down, I mark 8. Now the next measurement is dependent on which guide you're using. On the original style, from this edge to the center of your dowels is 2 inches. And it says right here on the drill guide, 2 inches to center line of dowel. And then on the newer one, it's 1 3/4 inches. And again, it's printed right on the drill guide. You don't have to remember any of these measurements. So if I were using the original jig, I have 8 inches right now, and I subtract those 2 inches. I make a mark at 6 inches. And to drill the holes in your side, you just put your shelf on however it's supposed to go, lay it down towards that mark, the 6-inch mark, insert dowels in your holes. These will be used to align the jig. Once you lay it down in the proper orientation, you want to clamp it down. Clamp it down right on your 6-inch mark. Make sure it's square. And you can do this part however works for you. You can clamp it however you want. Just make sure it's clamped nice and tight, and then it's squared up. So now that this is clamped 2 inches above where I actually want my shelf, I know once I put this on here, the center of my dowels will be centered on my 8-inch mark. I can drill these out, and this shelf will go on exactly where I want it. So I put it on my first dowel, and drill it out. And then just quickly move it to the next one. And this part of it goes really fast. Now I just unclamp this, stand my shelf up, and there you go. And you can see the front edges are perfectly flush. The shelf is nice and square and flat. Once you glue this and clamp it up, that's going to be a perfect joint. And as I said earlier, one of the questions I got asked the most was how to do this joint using the stainless steel jig. So let me show you. So let's say we want this shelf at 9 inches now. So we measure down 9, and then our center line on this jig is 1 3/4 inches. So we come up 1 3/4 inches and make a mark. We do the same thing as last time. We put the shelf on where we want it. We lay it down towards our mark, flush up the sides, and clamp it down. I like to put a little bit of pressure on it and then bring my square in. Square it up, flush it up, and clamp it down nice and tight. Now the reason people had questions about this is because you bring the original jig in and you can just slide it onto the dowels and line them up. But the new jig is made of this really thin stainless steel, so it just slides under the dowels. There's nothing to line up. That creates a problem, obviously. So to overcome that problem, I just grabbed a scrap piece of wood. This is about 5/16 thick. I just set that down, and it acts as a spacer to lift up the drill guide, and now it centers on the dowel, and you can drill your holes. Just remember to set your stop collar to accommodate not only the thickness of your drill guide, but the thickness of your spacer. Then you just drill your holes like you did with the other jig. And once again, you got a shelf with flush faces that's nice and square. So I filmed doing a couple other joints, one of which is this long miter joint. It can be used to do a waterfall edge or to build a table leg. And this joint can be done using all 3 of these jig setups. I'll show you how in the next video, so stay tuned for that. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. It's already getting on 10 minutes, and adding on the footage for those other joints and all that would just make this video too long. But I wanted to do this joint with a couple different setups and cover it really well because so many people asked about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you get notified when new videos come out. All that stuff is free to you, and it really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.